if you think about what cats would scratch on outside, a tree, trees are pretty sturdy.
Right.
If you have like a skinny, wobbly scratching post, it's not going to do the job for most cats.
Hi there, I'm Kristen Levine from Pet Living, and I've been working with cats, veterinarians, and animal behaviorists for over 30 years. And today I use my experience and my network of experts to help you solve those frustrating cat challenges so you can spend more time loving your cats and less time stressing out over their behavior. Today, I would love for you to join me in welcoming Dr. Rachel Geller. She's a cat behavior and retention specialist. She's also the author of Saving the World One Cat at a Time. I love that title. And she's also the creator of the All Cats All the Time, which is a nonprofit organization. Welcome, Dr. Geller.
I am so happy to be here with you today talking about my favorite topic.
So, Dr. Geller, today we need your help for cats who are scratching the places that we don't want them to, like the furniture or the carpet or the curtains. What's going on when our cats won't use the scratching post that we bought for them? Rather, they're using things we don't want them to.
So I find most often the problem is we don't have the right scratching post. The post is too short. The post is not the right texture. The post doesn't feel that sturdy. Number one, you want the right texture. It needs to be rope or sisal wrapped.
Okay.
Number two is the height. The scratching post must be at least 3 feet tall because cats do not want to have to hunch over or crouch over to get that stretch, to fix their nails, to slough off the dead sheaths of the nails and so forth. So, scratching also is emotional and it feels good to the cat. So you really want your cat to get that very, very good stretch. And third, you want to make sure the post is super duper sturdy. It needs a big, wide base.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because when I think of a scratching post that I see if I go to a store that has pet supplies, I've seen a whole lot of scratching posts that are not 3 feet tall, much shorter, and that are, they have a base maybe, a foot wide. That can't be sturdy. So that's really interesting that there's so many scratching posts that sound like are just not the right one for your cat.
You are exactly correct, especially those scratching posts that are carpet covered. That's not going to slough off the dead sheaths of the nails. It's not going to condition the claws. And worse, their claw could get stuck in one of those little loops. Yeah. And they will, I guarantee you, that's a way to get your cat not to ever use a scratching post. But yes, there are many scratching posts for sale in pet supply stores that are sort of human-centered and not people-centered. If you get a carpet-covered post, you can match the decor of your home.
Right.
It's not too big and bulky, you think it fits in better, but most cats won't use that type of a post.
Yeah, let's remember the scratching post is for your cat, not for you, and not for your home decor. So
exactly.
What about those scratching cardboard, not necessarily the post, but the ones that are flat or, have like a curve to them?
Yeah, so that's a really important determination that we need to make. Is your cat a vertical scratcher or is your cat a horizontal scratcher? So if you have this lovely scratching post and the cat is still going after the carpet, I think we have a horizontal scratcher on our hands. And so for those cats, the flat horizontal type of scratching pad that you just mentioned would be perfect.
Okay. And do some cats like to have both the horizontal and the vertical?
There are some cats who love both, yes. Some cats want the opportunity to get that stretch when they scratch. So in that instance, they will go to the vertical post, but some cats just have the desire to sort of have that feeling, condition the claws. It's kind of fun for a cat, and they want that flat horizontal pad.
So, Dr. Geller, let's say we identified the proper scratching post for our cat. How many should we have in our home?
Well, it depends on how many cats you have. I usually recommend at least one more scratching post or pad than the amount of cats that you have.
Okay.
Because they also like to use the post as a way to mark their territory. If you have a cat who's peeing and spraying, having more scratching posts is a great way to stop that behavior because they can now mark their territory in other ways. They can mark it with the scents coming from their pads on their paws rather than pee, which is something most people would really like to have happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good idea to have options, especially if you have a multi-cat family. You don't want the cats to get into resource problems where, there's only one post or pad for more than one cat. So, and it's good to have them kind of placed about your house. Cats enjoy going on like a fun journey and then scratching. So the more you can fit in, I understand not everybody wants a house full of scratching posts and pads. If you have 2 cats and you have 4 posts, like to me, that would be the ideal situation. I have them in every room, and I think that's a fine way to live.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, we want our cats to be happy.
Yes.
Is there anything else we can do besides finding the right scratching post or the pad, as we talked about? Are there any other things we can do to encourage our cats to scratch those items as opposed to the arm of the sofa or a leather chair or something like that?
I think what works best is to deter and redirect at the same time. So it's great if you buy a new scratching post, but we still want to break that habit if the cat is using the couch. So what we want to do is make that scratching surface, which seemed appealing, now not so enticing anymore. So textures that cats dislike are slick or sticky. So we want to make that couch slick or sticky. Double-sided tape. There are all kinds of products like sticky paws to put on the couch. And I know your couch won't look too attractive, but this is temporary as we retrain the cat.
Yeah.
So we're going to put the deterrents on the couch, and we're going to put the new scratching post right next to that couch. So now your cat comes to scratch. I'm going to go to my favorite little place to scratch. And she arrives at the couch, and it's covered with this unappealing textured covering. But lo and behold, look what's right next door. The perfect scratching post. So you sort of want to deter and redirect at the same time, and have that post right there next to where you're deterring from, so it's convenient and easy for her to give that a try. Most cats, once they sink their claws into the right scratching post, will make the decision on their own that this is a much better option.
Excellent advice. And we'll put some of those resources in the description below the video to help folks find them a little bit easier. For those of you watching, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you don't miss more helpful cat content and more awesome, or maybe I should say pawsome, pet experts like Dr. Geller. And Doc, I just want to thank you so much for your time today, for sharing your wisdom, and for all the incredible work that you're doing to save cats and to help people and their cats live happier and healthier together.
I appreciate the opportunity, so thank you very much.